Join us live, don't miss a beat. For the love of sports, our passion's complete. Sport Today, your sport headquarters, where action speaks louder just for you. An honor, 103.5 FM. We're in the zone for sports fans everywhere. Welcome home.
Superbe affiche au Parc des Princes en 8e de finale allée de la Ligue des Champions. PSG Liverpool, le leader de la Ligue 1 contre le leader de la Première Ligue. Le tir de Kvaratskhelia.
Alright, yesterday we are at the heart of Paris to witness a game between PSG and Liverpool, which was a very interesting game, the battle of the gladiators. PSG was in action yesterday, dominating possession from the first half of the game. The second half of the game also, they did so well, but then Elliott pilot Liverpool to victory yesterday at the iconic stadium. Talking about the Champions League. Also, we saw Rafinha getting a goal for Barcelona right there at the Estadio de Luis in Lisbon. Of course, we saw dramatic moments in Bayern Munich against Bayern Leverkusen. It was a victory for Bayern Munich yesterday. They won their game by 3-0. Inter Milan also roasted Feyenoord right there at Rotterdam. These are more stories that will be coming over this lovely Super Thursday afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the drive. This is Sport Today on the biggest sporting platform on 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from Bodija. Here we'll be giving the latest and the bigger. Of course, we look into the Champions League games that went down yesterday. 4 games went down yesterday. We look into that game, and later today, all that games will be going down. Both from the Europa League and of course from the Conference League. We take stories from the Nigerian Premier Football League. Shooting Stars on their way to Castina. They faced a lot of drama moving from Ibadan to Castina. We look into that scenario on the show this afternoon. In case you don't know, my name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Of course, you can simply call me Purity. But guess what? I'm not doing this alone. I got my 2 wise men, and together we'll be on the ride, driving you through ever interesting, ever sensationing, ever controversial, ever heartbreaking world of sports. I got Damola in the building this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Damola.
Good afternoon, Purity. Good afternoon, IBCT. Good afternoon, Nigeria.
Also, apart from Damola, I got City Boy in the building. Good afternoon to you, City Boy.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Ayo. Good afternoon to you, Damola. It's always a pleasure to be in the studio to talk sports. And what a moment to talk sports, because a lot happened in the UEFA Champions League. What a night we had in the UEFA Champions League across 4 centers. Like you said, Inter Milan going away from home to defeat Feyenoord 2-0. Bayern Munich also get the job done 3-0 at home against Bayern Leverkusen. But the most unbelievable performance from Liverpool. I think that was the highlight of yesterday, because you know what happened in that game. Nobody actually saw it coming. Nobody saw PSG dominating the game, and then losing that game, because for me, I would say the better team lost last night.
Alright, better team lost last night. We'll be starting from the Champions League this afternoon, shall we? We'll look into the 4 games that went down yesterday. Bayern Munich was in action against Bayern Leverkusen. Bayern Munich won that game by 2-0. Kane scoring 2 goals, and of course Jamal Musiala getting a goal for Bayern Munich yesterday. For Barcelona, it was a beautiful one for them. Rafinha getting the only goal in that game against Benfica. And for PSG against Liverpool, doing what they know how to do best, securing victory, much needed victory. Elliott getting the goal for them in the dying moments of that game. And for Inter Milan, yesterday they won the game by 2-0. Don't forget that on Tuesday we also saw 4 games also went down. PSV rather, so far in the hands of Arsenal by 7-1. And of course Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid. What a game we saw in that particular encounter. Beautiful goals are scored by the 2 teams. At the end of the day, Real Madrid won the game by 2-1. And for Aston Villa, winning away from home against Club Brugge by 3-1. Dortmund against Lille ended in a 1-1 draw. So 8 games games went down just days a week, and of course we saw beautiful goals in the first leg of the quarterfinals. We saw beautiful goals. Round of 16 rather. We saw beautiful goals scored at the Madrid derby. We saw yesterday also PSG dominating possession from the first half of the game to the 90 minutes.
Yeah, let me start from the Madrid derby, because we were unable to actually talk about it yesterday because the show was not on air yesterday. Now, the Madrid derby, like we said, we already knew that Real Madrid would definitely want to get a win because they were playing on their home soil, and it was a very, very good performances from them. Atletico Madrid also gave up they gave a very good fight. They gave a very good account of themselves. They played very well. They came out to play attacking football. They didn't sit back, and that was why that game was an end-to-end context. Real Madrid did not even have it easy. It was a very heavenly context game between the two sides, and I could say that the tie is not win yet. The game is not decided yet.
A lot to play for.
It's still a lot to play for at the Wanda Metropolitano, and Atletico Madrid playing in front of their home fans is going to be very, very difficult.
It's a plus.
It's a plus for them. If I think Real Madrid could have scored more if they had scored like 3 or 4 goals in that game against Atletico Madrid on Tuesday. We could have said, okay, maybe it is done and dusted for them. But 2-1 is still all to play for. You can never write Atletico Madrid off. But Real Madrid, when they are playing in the Champions League, they are a different team entirely, and you know that they have that mentality, they have that that charisma, that
they have the quality also, the size. They have
players. Despite the fact that
also speak for them.
Yeah, despite the fact that Bellingham was not in action against Atletico de Madrid on Tuesday, Ceballos has been very, very brilliant for them in the midfield. Was not also in action. They still went ahead and get the job done. Kylian Mbappe was not really forthcoming in that game. Vinicius Junior was also a bit off in that game, but you see Rodrigo scoring, and that's what Real Madrid is all about. When you think you can stop Vinicius, Mbappe is there. If you can stop Mbappe, Rodrigo is there. If you manage to stop Rodrigo, Bellingham is there.
A lot of players.
A lot of players. That's quality, and that's what makes them the best team currently. But I think it's still not to play for. Like I said, Atletico Madrid they still stand a chance of actually turn the deficit, turn things around. I mean, they can overturn the deficit. 2-1 is still not to play for, and the fact that there's no away goal rules and all of that. If they can equal the scoreline, they will take the game to extra time. So that game is still all to play for. We cannot wait to see the second. I think the second leg will be more dramatic and more very competitive than what we saw on Tuesday.
All right. Also on Tuesday we saw Aston Villa doing the magic away from home. They won the game by 3-1. Before that game, we were analyzing the chances of Aston Villa getting victory away from home, and I think coach said
he said that win. I was even expecting him to be in the studio this afternoon. I would have just gave him his flower, because of course he deserves it. He said it that Unai Emery cannot be underrated when it comes to European football, and that's what happened. The experience mattered. The experience came to play. They went all out against Club Brugge in Belgium, and they scored 3 goals. But I think if you watch that game, the game was very, very balanced up until 81 minutes when Club Brugge scored an ungu and they considered the penalty afterwards. So for me, it was not as if they were not very good. They were very good, but luck was not on their side, and that's why Aston Villa
took the chances
and capitalized on that and scored 3 goals. For me, I think it's done and dusted. Club Brugge cannot come to Villa Park and say they want to.
I was about to say we still have a lot to play for.
A lot to play for
in Villa Park, because we never can tell. Anything can just happen. It's just football.
I know. On paper, it's still not to play for in football, in quotes, but in context.
But then we know the quality of Aston Villa playing at home also. It's going to be a very difficult one for them. Damola, just yesterday we saw Harry Kane getting 2 goals for Bayern Munich, putting them in a very comfortable position, playing the second leg. They were playing away from home in the second leg, but then I think it's done and dusted.
In my own opinion.
To be sincere with you, before the match, I gave it to Bayern Leverkusen because of their what they've been doing this season, and if you could see what company has not actually gotten is magic when it comes to
the rhythm of
the team in Bayern Munich. So watching that match against Bayern Leverkusen and seeing what Bayern Munich actually did, that's to show you the beauty of Champions League. Because in their last 5 games against Bayern, and last 4 games last season and this season, Bayern Leverkusen has won, and I think they drew 2 twice. So against them in the Champions League, I actually believe Bayern Leverkusen is going to triumph against them, or at least
get something away from that game.
Take a draw from the match. But seeing that match, that's to show you that when it comes to Champions League actually is different
He's from
from
the big guy.
He's from the big guy, and it's actually different from domestic
Domestically.
And
Alright.
seeing that match, I think, but I still believe something
happen.
actually can
Something like what? Are you trying to say Bayer Leverkusen
They can overturn the services.
if it goes to North in the second leg?
It's going to be extremely difficult for them.
It's going
All
to
right,
be difficult for them.
we'll be hoping to see
Ayomikun,
that
very
drama.
quickly, let me
Yeah.
just say this. I actually, I agree with what you said, that everybody was expecting Bayern Leverkusen to come up with a fight against Bayern Munich last night. But, Bayern Munich, they just came out and they brought out the lion in them. You cannot just, I mean, they were unpredictable. Yesterday for me was their best performance in the Champions League this season. I mean, they were ruthless. Scoring 3 goals against Bayern Leverkusen, keeping the clean sheet. Manuel Neuer on his 150 appearances in the UEFA Champions League, keeping another clean sheet. I was not expecting that.
All right, we were not expecting that, but then let's see what will happen in the second leg.
yeah.
So let's go to Paris now. We saw the game yesterday, and of course we saw. We saw Liverpool goalkeeper 9 save, brilliant performance.
He was the
performance.
X-Factor.
I mean, he was the man of the match.
10
10
saves, 10 saves yesterday, and that's to tell you this former league of because
Is that about French
no,
corner or
let me prove
make
my
your
point.
point.
Let me prove my point. We keep saying
Fresh
P-
League One is the
is
farmers
a
league,
former
right?
league, and to me they are not proving us wrong, because how will you dominate a whole 90 minutes and just one shot against the keeper, and that is a goal.
It's part of football.
It's
This is not the
part of-
first
it is-
time that's
I'm not saying
scenario.
I'm not saying it's not part of football, but we all know that PSG actually wants. This is the cup that PSG
Are still
looking for. And when it comes to their 100%, I believe they're supposed to give the 100%.
I mean, yesterday they brought their A game.
Ayomikun, like I
they
said-
dominated that game.
like I said-
Even of just of football.
Alisson Becker was the X factor for Liverpool yesterday.
Yeah.
That performance yesterday was perhaps their worst performance in the season. Talking about Liverpool.
Yeah.
They have never been so bad like that. I've never watched Liverpool this season so bad that they could not even control possession. They were giving away the ball. They were losing possession every minute. But PSG was the best side yesterday. They dominated the play from the blast of the whistle up until the 90 minutes. They were winning possession. Look at their midfield trio: Vitinha, João Neves, and then they have Fabian Ruiz. All of them, every single PSG
did
player,
well,
they
yes.
played very. Even the attacking players, Kvaratskhelia scored a goal in the first half, was ruled out of offside.
Yeah.
Dembele was up. He was all over Liverpool. He was taking the game to them. Even Bakola. I mean, they were fantastic. Even at the out of their defense, Marquinhos was top notch.
Yeah.
Salah was off. So for me, it's just about football. Football sometimes can be devastating, can be heartbreaking, can be unpredictable, and the unpredictability factor or status of football came to play at Prague the Princess yesterday, because nobody expected PSG. First of all, before going to that game, everybody was saying Liverpool will have it easy because of their
We thought
ruthlessness.
it would be an
But
easy
me, I
run
was saying
for
it. I was
Liverpool.
telling Liverpool fans it was going to be 50-50, because PSG prior to that game, they've been unbeaten. They've not lost a single game in the French League this season. So it speaks volume about their performance as well. And if you look at their recent form in the Champions League, this is a team that scored 10 goals against
the
FC
way
Brest.
they now set out the formation.
They are now playing more as a team.
I mean,
they don't depend on. They are not depending on individual
single player,
players. And for Alisson Becker to have won man of the match speaks volume about the fact that PSG were the better side. They were just unfortunate. It happens.
The better side lost.
The better side lost.
They were just
Liverpool scoring with their first and only shot on target. What are you telling me?
But to look at, let's look at past the past record of match PSG. These are the teams. These are the same mistake they keep doing against Bas. Again, was it 2 seasons ago?
This is not Damola. You are making point, but this is not about mistake. They were very, very good last night.
They were just unlucky.
The only undoing was the fact that they could not pull the ball at the back of the net, and it happened. Alisson Becker was just top notch.
I mean, we should just give kudos to Alisson Becker for that top notch.
And there's
like you said, 10 saves. That was massive.
I mean, out of how many shots they had? PSG had 28 shots. 28 shots, 3 big chances missed. Liverpool scored with their first and only shot on target.
Come on,
so it's just
I mean,
crazy.
football can just be very.
And we
very,
still
very
need to acknowledge the fact that Arne Slot has done so very well with Liverpool this season. He has won the reigning champions of England, French Ligue 1, German Bundesliga, and Spanish La Liga. Real Madrid, Man City, Paris Saint-Germain.
Okay, it's just football, but it's just sometimes it is
I'm not getting the goal.
It is very,
but then
very,
I was shooting kudos to the goalkeeper because brilliant save yesterday.
You see, someone actually make an argument when I was telling the person that Liverpool are their worst performance of the season. He said no, that they defended so well, and football can be played in so many ways.
Yeah, we saw Chelsea win the Champions League.
Yeah,
defending.
And so we can say that they were very good at the back. They defended so well. We cannot say they had a bad day because they won the game.
All right, guys. You are still on to sport today on the biggest sporting platform on 103.5 FM. So telling you the latest coming from the world of sport. But right about now, we're going on a short commercial break, and when we return, we take stories from the Nigerian Premier Football League (NNN), and of course go back to Europe to talk about the Conference League and of course the Europa League that we're going down later this evening. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On 103.5 FM.
Imagine having the freedom to work, play, and connect without interruptions. That is what fast internet means to us. At Highwood Networks, we are passionate about delivering super fast, unlimited internet that is 6 times faster than the competition. Whether you're working from home, running a business, or streaming your favorite shows, we've got you covered. A reliable internet and 24/7 customer support ensure you stay connected all the ways. So what are you waiting for? Join the iWorld Networks family today and discover a seamless internet experience. Call Jeffrey on 081 3058 9466 or visit our website www.iwn.ng to get started. iWorld Networks, connected possibility.
You fit fly.
Hello there, are you thinking of embarking on a journey to any country in Europe, America, South America, Asia, Australia, or wherever you may desire in the world for education, tourism, business, or what have you, and you are confused on how to go about it? You Fit Fly is your go-to company that will help you realize your dream. That is why you're enjoined to talk to us at You Fit Fly for seamless flight reservation, hotel reservation, educational consulting, visa processing, airport transfer, special vacation, travel insurance, holy pilgrimage, and international conferences. Visit us today at Success House, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan, or call 0901 111 1190. Website youfitfly.com. At You Fit Fly, your travel logistics will be sorted out seamlessly.
On 103.5 FM.
Alright, welcome back from that short commercial break. You are still on to sport today. Yes, you can join the conversation live on Facebook. Let's hear your thoughts of all this game that went down just this week. But then before we move to the Nigerian Premier Football League, City Boy, what are the chances of PSG overturning that one in deficit at the Anfield Stadium?
It's going to be very, very difficult. We need to understand the facts that,
but never give up.
Liverpool, we know that they are very, very hard to play against at the Anfield Stadium, and the fact that they'll be playing at Anfield next week in the second leg, having won the first leg 1-0. I mean, they have higher chances of qualifying. But in football, anything can happen. Just like we saw Paris Saint-Germain outplaying and outclassed Liverpool, dominating from the first minutes to the end and scoring no goals. They lost that game yesterday. Nobody expected that. I mean, if you are to judge by performance, they should have won that game convincingly. Liverpool should have lost heavily yesterday, but they won that game despite the fact of having a bad performance at the Parc des Princes. So going to Anfield, if anything can happen, PSG, I mean, football can be so funny, football can be so unpredictable, just like what we saw last night. Nobody expected Liverpool to win that game, judging by performance. But anything can happen. Like I said, we know that on paper, Liverpool are the favourite to qualify. They are already one leg in the quarterfinal. But anything can happen in football. Never write PSG.
Never write PSG off. So let's take stories from the Nigerian Premier Football League right about now. We saw shooting stars making their journey to Castina, and of course a lot of drama happening on the road, bus breakdown. So
twice on the road.
Expect them to get victory in Castina?
You see, this thing is very, very it's becoming unbecoming. The same thing happened when they travel to play their last away game before they play against Rivers United on on Monday.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. I mean, and it's like I said, it's becoming unbecoming. I expect the state government to actually intervene and maybe provide another new bus for them.
Yeah.
These buses were, I think they were provided in 2021 when they gained promotion to the MPFL,
yeah.
and since then 4 years later the bus is having issue every time.
I mean, the boss is doing a lot of job.
Yeah, and
from the south, to the north.
So what I'm saying is, it shouldn't be. We should not focus only on traveling by road. Shooting Stars is
It's a
powerhouse in Nigerian football. It's an household name. Now, this is the team. I mean, fighting and pushing for continental football. Now, imagine us getting continental football. Are we going to be traveling by road to play on the continent? No. This is the item that the state government should intervene and provide. Maybe, I mean, it's not going to be a big deal.
Do some partnership
with airlines, if they can travel. And this also should not be, be put on the government, state government alone, because even the club management itself, what are they doing? The manager, the chairman, general manager, and the club chairman, they also need to do something. They need to negotiate partnership, negotiate sponsorship deal with airlines and any other logistic companies that can help them. You should not just focus on the state government. The subvention is coming timely. They are paying the subvention but I still believe that state government can still do more. There's always room for more.
All right, always room for more. Let's take stories from Makurdi this afternoon. Lobby Stars, come on. Even the way they were struggling, they're still struggling to get where to play their home game. So they were going to Enugu to continue their home game.
This is very, very, devastating news for Lobby Stars, a relegation threatening side, and the power of home ground in Nigerian football. The moment you are playing your home game away from home, you know that you are already, out of contention for winning the game. So the same thing is happening to Sunshine Stars this season.
Yeah.
They've been playing away from home all season. They don't have a permanent home ground. Today they play at the Depot Dino Stadium in Ogun State. Tomorrow they play at the Kenneth. It's affecting the performance of the players. And now if Lobby Stars, if they eventually get relegated, we blame the players, we blame the manager. But what are the resources put in place that will definitely affect and enhance and boost the performance of the players? Having a permanent home ground is a very, very key factor. It's a key factor in Nigerian football, because we know how important it is to play in front of your own fans.
All right, because of our time now, let's take stories from the Europa League later this evening. Games will be going down. United. Yeah, they'll be playing against Real Sociedad later today. We have quite a number of interesting games. And their brothers, Chelsea, also will be in action and playing away from home against FC Copenhagen. So quickly, guys, let's take stories from this Chelsea side. We saw their last game, even in the Premier League. Sometimes you cannot predict Chelsea these days. But then they will be in action later this evening.
I just believe conference league is for Chelsea. Actually,
I can see the smile. I can see the smile. I can see the smile from Jamola. As a Chelsea fan, believing that today.
No, City boy, I'm not confident. They don't sound confident. No. When it comes to by tomorrow night, it can just up. And Copenhagen too. When it comes to what they've been doing in their league, domestic league, it's not just a small team. And Chelsea of today now, I can't say 100% sure that, but I just believe this because my coach does not have any excuse to give losing again.
All right, checking through the conference league, probably familiar names like Real Betis, Fiorentina. I mean, Chelsea should be
Real Betis. They have Anthony X Factor.
All right. Fiorentina also can just be.
You see what he did
last week.
All right. All right. In the Europa League, also just like we mentioned, Real Sociedad will be playing against United, and Hayas also will be in action later today. AS Roma against Bilbao. Another game that we should be looking forward to should be Tottenham playing away from home. But then United playing later this evening.
Yeah, United game is going to be the talking point, definitely, because of the status of the team, Manchester United, and the fact that they are out of FA Cup. The only league or trophy that is feasible for them to actually win this season is Europa. Definitely, and they need to win Europa to be in UEFA Champions League next season. So it's a very
playing against Real
Sociedad, another tough side, Spanish team. United always struggle. They have the record of struggling against Spanish team. Whenever they play against Spanish team, it's always very, very difficult for them. The fact that they are playing away from home tonight is going to be very, very difficult. Coupled with the fact that they have injury crisis that they are managing. I mean, Ugarte will not be playing today. Maguire also will be missing in action today. So this injury crisis is affecting Manchester United, a team that is struggling when they even have a last squad. And now that they are having injury, you can imagine what will happen to them. So I just hope that maybe if they can settle for a draw, then take the game to Old Trafford and get the job done.
All right, let me put your sports now. Chelsea against Copenhagen.
That should be a walkover for Chelsea.
That should be a
walkover.
United.
Wait.
Are you saying Copenhagen will defeat Chelsea later today?
See, this is my team.
I understand that Chelsea are struggling.
We are struggling.
But Chelsea are not struggling in
the Conference League. They won all their games. So I begin to wonder where this fear is coming from. But
they won on all their game convincingly. So it should be a walkover.
I don't know if you've seen Copenhagen.
But this is Chelsea.
But Copenhagen also is a.
But this is Chelsea. Come on, guys.
What with Chelsea? Just of 2025.
All right, let's leave that and focus on all that because of our assignment. All right, taking stories are from the world of NBA this afternoon. 8 games that went down today, and of course we saw Boston Celtics winning their game, recording 128 massive points victory on their part. And for the Clippers, also they find a way to secure victory at home. For City Thunders, they secure victory. Denver Nuggets against Sacramento King. Yes, interesting game. Seeing the Nuggets coming back to winning waves, recording 116 to 110. Miami Heat also suffer shocking defeats early hours of this morning. Guys, we need to pack our bags now and leave the studio.
Yeah.